welcome back to my Wingspan World Cup journey. We are here in the round of 16 against Andreko, who is a very good player. After this tournament concluded, they ended up winning the Holtzen Hoopla tournament. So yeah, tournament winner, very good player. Our starting hand isn't much interesting. We do see Phil. I mean, Phil feels like a must keep. Like the ceiling on this card is so high that it's worth the investment, and at 6 points it's kind of like good enough to play most times. Black Woodpecker is an amazing food option. ESP just reinforms Philippine Eagle as the keep, and Peregrine Falcon is our only good wet option. That Nightjar could be interesting, but we're gonna have so many worms with this Woodpecker that doesn't really scream interesting. But yeah, between Endangered Species Protector, reinforcing the reason why we have to keep Phil hopefully can get played in this round and score good points, and then Peregrine Falcon is our kind of only draw option, kind of like the only reasonable starting hand that we could keep there. I do like the Black Woodpecker. I think the Black Woodpecker is a very strong bird, I think, especially when you don't have draw power. The extra worms that it can get you are very valuable, because you can just spend those kind of freely on eggs or tray resets and just accumulate advantage from this bird. So as with any plus food bird, I think they're all very good, but this one is particularly good if you can snatch up a couple of worms, and there are a few of those in the tray, so we can do something fun with that. I believe my opponent's going to take a while to pick, so I'm going to fast forward until that actually happens. I believe it's right around the corner. There we go. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the Black Woodpecker into the game. As I said, we can snapple up some of these juicy worms. Probably just take nectar and a fish, take the worms, take food again, and then just see where the game goes to from there. Hopefully we can get enough food to play Peregrine Falcon and Philippine Eagle. We'll see what happens. The biggest danger by going into the forest first is if our opponent plays a wetlands bird and then is able to kind of R16 us basically. But they're going Peaceful Dove first up. Not really one of my favorite birds to put in the forest. I think it can be really tricky to use this bird. The fact that it needs a seed to get an egg, and it kind of halves your food production very early on, unless you've got another bird to complement it. I find it very difficult to use. It's very strong when in the right circumstances, but in other circumstances I think it can be very limiting. We'll take our 2 rats here, get 1 extra worm. That's just enough food for us for now. We can go and start our digging. We do have left quite a bit of nectar in the bird feeder, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Yeah, this Peaceful Dove is a really interesting bird. If my opponent gets something else into the complement it, like the Grosbeak, okay, that's totally fine. Then that bird becomes incredibly powerful, the Grosbeak being a plus fruit or seed bird. You want to get as many seeds as possible. That's going to keep that Peaceful Dove nice and fed. And yeah, so my opponent's got their egg access sorted, so it's really nice for them. I do think that if you don't have that plus food bird, that first bird, Peaceful Dove, is very risky. Because if you're just playing catch up the whole game, trying to get enough food to play birds but also get eggs, like you just struggle. But what Andreko is doing is perfect. That's exactly what you want to see as the Peaceful Dove player. We got 4 turns now. We probably can spend 2 worms flipping the tray so that we've got a rodent, worm, and fish to play the Philippine Eagle. So we'll just see what happens. So if that works out nicely, 2 turns drawing, 1 turn taking eggs, and then getting Phil into the game. Yeah, that all works out nicely. And I do think we have to tray flip here. Because we're only drawing 2 cards a turn, every draw matters. I mean, the Wingspan is often determined by draw power, so that is a interesting complication. We took the Woodpecker, which is a little bit surprising to me. It makes me think I wanted to go for the end of round here. Birds with no eggs. The Woodpecker would clear out the eggs on any bird. But Mandarin Duck is a very strong bird to find at this point of the game. Mandarin Duck and its searching power is, the perfect complement, really. We have really weak draw power in this Peregrine Falcon, so having a bird like the Mandarin Duck to get into the game to kind of work around that problem is very strong. Don't know if keeping that Woodpecker was correct. We'll see what happens. I think I might have preferred the Coltit that instead came up, but it is what it is. I think now it's really... I don't think we get to draw again now. I think we have to prioritize getting both birds into the game, and I think it's possible. I think as long as we hit some nectar here, I think we're pretty good. It is a risk. Okay, yeah, there's the risk. We don't get any additional worms, which is a little bit of a bother, but it's not the end of the world. I think we could still... Whether you throw the downy woodpecker or not is an interesting question, and whether you put the whether you put the mandarin duck into the forest or the wetlands is an interesting question. From where I'm sitting, I think putting both of them into the forest makes the most sense. We have enough food production already, and rushing out that deeper, stronger forest activation makes a lot of sense. Putting mandarin duck in our wetlands kind of makes the peregrine falcon draw power even worse, because we won't be able to do the tray flip and see extra cards. My opponent's got yellowthroat. That's scary. That's a very, very strong bird. That is going to give them much stronger draw power throughout this game. So my opponent's kind of got us beat at the moment, I think. I think if I were to swap boards, I'd very much prefer to have his board than mine. They've got alt egg access in the forest. They've got extra food production in the grosbeak. They've got extra cards in yellowthroat. Yeah, we are kind of up against it here. But that's okay. Wingspan is not determined by the first birds you draw, it's determined by a bunch of other factors as well. But yeah, we have a job to do here. I don't know why I threw food and kept the woodpecker. I think this woodpecker is probably never going to get played. Maybe I want to keep it in case I want to throw it for food later. And I will have excess worms throughout this game, so maybe it's not such a big deal. But yeah, I think our final turn here... Oh no, we're down one turn. I must have miscounted. I have to make a big decision here between mandarin duck and Philippine eagle. And I don't know which one is better. I think mandarin duck has to be the play, right? It has to be. Oh, it's gonna be woodpecker. Okay, into duck. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Alright, so that's gonna secure us. It should secure us the end of round victory, so that's nice. But yeah, I do think getting... Like, mandarin duck is just so important for the overall tempo of the game, right? Like, Philippine eagle, like, if it pulls us a bonus card, that's great and all, but like, I need birds to qualify on bonus cards, so... Philippine eagle is going to be a good play regardless because of ESP. And the mandarin duck is going to potentially find us a key bird to get things going. Like, there's golden pheasant. That is exactly the bird we want to see. A bird that's going to get us eggs. We can just give our opponent, like, mistletoe bird or something. We could, in theory, give them this crested pigeon, but mistletoe bird is such a bad bird. With its exorbitant cost and very, very, very mediocre ability. But that's okay. So golden pheasant's kind of solved our egg problem, so that's going to allow us to play 3 birds. My opponent's going to get white throat. This is not looking great, honestly. Again, if I was to swap positions right now, I would do so in a heartbeat. I mean, white throat is such a value compounding bird. I mean, it's a little bit awkward with the peaceful dove, but I mean, you can play around that. Does mean they're going to concede this end of round because you'll want to lay in the forest, but I mean, the tempo gain just from the white throat is so immense that they surely must pick it up. Yeah, and they absolutely do. As is the correct thing to do in this game. So, okay, now what? Virio comes up. I think we have to take that. With ESP, we just have to take that. And then Golden Eagle comes up. Okay, these are some big point birds. Okay. These are some interesting birds to play, I think. We haven't actually flipped the tray once yet, so I think that's interesting. I mean, the only thing that I actually, you know, the downy woodpecker is kind of maybe the iffy play there, but we'll call that as the bird that allowed us to win the end of round. So I guess we'll say that that's a 6-point downy woodpecker. So we'll call that a win. Not bad for 1 food. Now what? I mean, you look at Golden Pheasant and want to play Golden Pheasant, but there's no point in doing that because you can't follow that up with another play. So I think you have to take food here. See what food we can find, and then play Golden Pheasant. Ooh, it's a lot of worms. I think you've got to take that, right? Yeah, I mean, it's too many worms to pass up. So, like, we are flush with food now. So we could very easily do Golden Pheasant, Philippine Eagle, Bell's Vireo, all in the remaining turns in this round. Oh, sorry, no, they don't concede the end of round. They win this end of round if they play lesser white throat because it's eggs and forest. I'm being silly. As is often the case, I am being a silly goose. Yeah, I think that seems like a game plan. I mean, we're pretty much just saying endangered species protector carry us in this game. Which honestly, it's one of the better bonus cards to hinge an entire plan around, so I don't hate that as a plan, but it's not great. I mean, we are very, very contingent on what we draw. I mean, the big decision we have to make is when or if do we draw again. We will get this golden pheasant into the game. We will not spend any nectar. I think that's fine. Like, we don't really care about nectar in the grasslands yet. We've got Bellsvario and Golden Eagle to both kind of play there, and my opponent's probably not likely to play there for a while. And if they do, it'll be lesser white throat, which will just be like 2 nectar. My opponent spent 5 nectar in the forest, so maybe I should have spent the golden. Maybe I should have spent a nectar on the golden pheasant. It's going to be really difficult to challenge for the nectar in the forest with only 1 nectar spent on Philippine Eagle. My opponent can still get 2 more in, so probably maybe spending that nectar there was a bit of a mistake. Maybe I was just thinking about resource efficiency or something, but it's not the end of the world. There are worse things to happen. Now, this is a very tricky situation. I think part of you wants to just play all the birds, right? Just get Bellsvario into the game, get Golden Eagle into the game, get Philippine Eagle into the game. Maybe take food once, then play all 3, and then see what happens once the tray resets naturally. I think that's not a terrible plan. Okay, well now the food is awkward again, so maybe not the best plan anymore. Nevertheless, we shall get Philippine Eagle into the game. I think it's still probably worth it playing it in round 2. Obviously, the expected value is only positive. So the expected value is greater than 1 if you play it in round 4, and it's less than 1 if you play it in round. Greater than 1 if you play it in round 1, and less than 1 if you play it in round 2. But I think 3 chances is still good. And again, Phil is going to be a good card for us regardless. Simply because of Endangered Species Protector being such a overtly strong bonus card in this game. And then I think, yeah, I think you want to take food here. Like, I think you want to start getting some nectar into the grasslands. It would be a bit of a mistake to play Bellsvario with just worms. I think that really limits our ability to contend for nectar there, so I would strongly advise myself to do that. And actually playing Bellsvario and Golden Eagle would be a mistake, because then we wouldn't qualify on the end of round. So one thing you could think about doing here is you could think about playing Golden Eagle first, and then doing a turn of eggs to potentially compete. Vario into Tailorbird. Okay, so they're going to get 5 eggs now, and they've declared that 8 is enough, and you know what? Fair enough, it is enough. My opponent has... I can get at most 7. Unless I happen to luck into a cassowary, in which case maybe I can contend, but yeah, not to be. And then my opponent will play white throat and get 5 eggs into the grassland. So I think here, what do we do here? Bellsvario and then start flipping the tray. Like, we need better birds to play. That's fundamentally the main problem here. That Tailorbird is already a 4-point Tailorbird. And white throat's also a bowl, so if they can get a bowl in grasslands row column 2, then they can get 6 off of the Tailorbird, so that's really, really, really strong. Yeah, Tailorbird is one of these birds that I think more often than not is going to score very well, so definitely one to look out for. Looks like my opponent's taking food, and then they will almost certainly play this white throat. So yeah, I think... objectively speaking, I think Andreko has got a much stronger position than us at the moment, which is not super good for us. I wouldn't say that we're without hope, though. I think We are generating plenty of food from our forest. We got some really strong teal powers between the duck and the eagle. And we will do golden eagle. Which, okay, fair enough. That very much suggests that I'm going to do a turn of laying eggs, which we have to do at some point anyway. We might as well do it while it still matters for us. I think, yeah, we might as well dump them all into cavity nests and improve, the possibility that we might qualify, might do something on this next end of round. Yep, white throat goes in. Then I think we must discard anything. Fish, seed. I mean, seed's probably fine to get rid of it. I mean, it really doesn't matter. And the golden eagle misses. So, yeah, okay, great. Nothing's really going our way. That's very unfortunate. But that's okay. Like, Mandarin Duck might be able to find us something nice. Phil might be able to hit. We are behind, but not without chances. Mandarin Duck finds us. Not a whole lot. I mean, maybe says Phoebe. We don't have any bowl nests. I guess you have to go for the turkey, just the big point bird. Good for the last end of round. You have to... Any of these are probably fine to give away, but I guess we'll give away the Merganser. And Phil doesn't hit. Alright, so very much nothing going our way at the moment. Very unfortunate. I guess the only thing that is going our way is that we have played slightly bigger birds, so I think we are ahead on bird points at the moment. Rivals come up. Okay, it's another ESP win condition. Love to see that. And that would have been nice, the cormorant. We got a couple of platform nests. It could have been very nice. But that's good. Okay, so that ESP is becoming realistic as a win condition now. If Belzevirio and Rybel can find some good bonus cards for us, then we're kind of getting comfortable. I wouldn't say comfortable. We're kind of seeing a way we can potentially win this game. Don't get me wrong, I think it's still going to be tricky. Especially since my opponent has got all of their components set up, right? I would expect them to start, playing some bigger birds, some more powerful birds, because they've spent most of round 1 and 2 just setting up their engine and getting, incredible egg access and incredible food access. So we are very much expecting them to turn this very powerful game plan into action. Now, if there is another contingency, another sign of life in there actually, is that they're not actually generating any points in the forest. Except for the Peaceful Dove. Peaceful Dove can generate eggs, but they're not actually tucking anything, scoring anything that way, so the lack of passive point accumulation really just means you have to find points elsewhere, right? So they really need to have like some really strong bonus cards, like some bonus birds and then bonus cards on top of that, because they need to find value multipliers on the birds they have to really score big. And currently, the only bird that's capable of doing that is this lesser white throat. Otherwise, I don't see it on their board. So we, on the other hand, actually have some very good multipliers in hand, like Endangered Species Protector with Rybel and this Belzerio can go a very long way. And the Falcon's been hitting, the Mandarin Duck's going to get 2 more tucks. We are kind of doing as good as we can do. And we keep getting these free seeds as well, which is going to help play a couple of these birds. We'll grab this and we'll throw the Turkey Vulture, take the fish so that we can get 1 worm on the reroll. Okay, thanks game, appreciate that. That's fun. That's okay, that's the game you play with this Black Woodpecker. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's alright. I think there's a clear game plan, right? You play Belzevirio, you play this turkey, you lay eggs, right? Maybe you lay eggs twice even. That seems like a good play to me. And just really try and steal this end of round, because our opponent cannot compete for it. They're going to get 3 eggs on it, right? Like they can get, they can get 4 eggs maximum. And they can't do much else about it, because if they do go for 4, then they're unable to score big on lesser white throat, so we can use that to our advantage and score some points here. So Wild Turkey comes into the game, another biggish point bird. Bad Sparrow comes in here. That's a little bit curious. At this point of the game, it's pretty late. Like, you expect that to be activated like 2 or 3 times at most over the next couple of rounds. And really only this end of round benefits from the extra egg, and as we've just discussed, having the extra egg actually compromises your white throat. So that's actually a bit of a relief, I think. Like, the fact that of all the cards in their hand, they're playing Bad Sparrow, that does not scare me. If that was a Prairie Chicken, or a Long Spur, or Painted Bunting, any one of these like kind of 5-point Grasslands bonus birds, I'd start to get a little bit more scared, but as of yet, I'm not scared. And I think we've got a pretty clear game plan. We play Belzeria, we lay eggs twice. Your Eagle Owl is coming in, okay. Looks like Andreko is trying to pivot. And we'll take Pop Monolito here, that's totally fine. We're 1 nest type away from getting extra points on that, so maybe the next end of our next set of cards will help us out on that. But it very much looks like my opponent is gearing up to play a bit of an egg engine here. I'm not sure how I feel about that when you've got this white throat. Like, objectively speaking, the Bad Sparrow was a 2-point play, and the Eagle Owl was a 3-point play. How many times are you realistically activating those over the next bit of the game? Like, we know what we're doing. We know how we're scoring points. Maybe our opponent just didn't find anything when they're digging, in which case, it's very, very good news for us. I think, and then Avocet comes in. Okay, so they're gonna get a free egg, but again, it's the Avocet. I'm like not that worried about it. And Golden Eagle gets a hit, which is really nice. That's a nice 5-point turn. I mean, I must say, like, I was at the end of round 2, I was very much thinking that we were very much behind this game, and that there was, you know, some real venom to come from Andreko after all of the cards that they're seeing with his yellow throat. But in actuality, I think I'm ahead now. I think, like, our birds are just worth more. And I think this engine really conflicts with what the white throat wants to do. I mean, they have to play another bird now, because otherwise they... Yeah, wow. I expect this to be a Grasslands bird as well, because that's the way that they're... That's the way they can get rid of their nectar and use the eggs on the Vireo and the Tailor bird. It's very interesting. This is very, very, very interesting. Yeah, our points aren't terrible. Like, we're sitting on 80 points at the end of round 3. That is a pretty decent score. I mean, ESP is definitely helping. But yeah. I think now we've got a choice. Do we do eggs, or do we do... A White Stalker's coming. Okay, nice big point play there. Okay. As kind of expected, they needed to clear out the eggs that proc the white throat. So that is more the bird that I was thinking of that would be scary. We will go and flip the tray, which I think is very much warranted, and we'll find Kakapo and Godwit. Well, well, well. Who needs draw power if you can just get lucky? Wow, okay, that could not have gone any better. Well, that's a very, very, very clear game plan now. How many eggs? We got 5 eggs, and we only need 4, so... We probably are in the world of we take food, we play 3 birds, and then we take eggs or something like that. Maybe there's a consideration made towards playing for nectar, but I think it's probably good enough just to see what we get and then just play all 3. I think that makes the most sense to me. But yeah, what a find. Pulling 2 bonus birds. Really, you know, it's really just doubling down on the stupid endangered species protector. And Kiwi! Oh my god. What a find. That is extra points off of this. Okay, fill is still not working. It's extra points off of Popmon as well, because that's a star nest. So 2 extra points of population monitor, 3 extra points off endangered species protector. We just need a card to burn. I mean, Kiwi could even burn endangered species protector, and then we could pull it back with Rybill, but I think that's a bit silly. I think you play Godwit because it's worth more points, and then go from there. But yeah, now we've got big decisions to make. I think the play has to be food, Godwit, Kakapo, and then Kiwi. We can play all 3 because we've got 5 eggs, so that's really, really, really nice. I think, yeah, like, this is totally fine. We could settle for the Rybill, but I don't think we do. As long as this feeder cooperates even a little bit, I think we're very much okay. We could even just play Kakapo now. Just force it down with Seed Fish, but I think we don't have to. I think we can just throw a card instead. Like, we do have 1 spare. We're not going to be able to play 4 birds, so just play our best 3. If we're getting it more seeds, maybe we do just play Kakapo with seeds. Okay, we don't, but I think it was an idea. Yeah, you do have to think about throwing a card here. I don't think you do. Yeah, I mean, you can. It's a decision, right? I think you want to spend. We just have to be thoughtful about where we're spending our nectar. I think maybe we spend both of it in the wetlands and try and win that. Our opponent's got 3 nectar. Okay, so they can go to 7 in the grasslands. We can tie that, or they can go to 4 in the wetlands where they win it. I think you just go Godwit and spending the nectar, and that way you say, okay, come win the wetlands nectar, and then that way we can win either the wetlands or the grasslands. I think that's fine. I think now our hand is so good that as much as nectar is important, I don't think it's the win condition for us at the moment. I think we are likely going to win this end of round. We've got a lot of white power birds. Our opponent's got 3, we've got 4, and we've got pretty much only white birds to come. So yeah, our goal here is going to be, you know, win the end of round. Don't really care too much about the nectar races. Try and win 1 nectar race, and then just get all these lovely, lovely bonus birds into the game, and then just, you know, cash out on ESP as much as we possibly can. This card is just unbelievably good. Yeah, and I haven't had a good endangered species protected game in a while, so yeah, it just really showcases why this card is just too strong. I think there are a lot of people who prefer that this card is nerfed in some way. I'm very much hoping that when they get to Antarctica or whatever, that they do a revision on some of these cards that are just too good. The Oyster Catcher, did that proc twice? That might have been a bug. I probably should have declined the penguin there. We'll just, like, not play the penguin. It doesn't change anything. Like, these are not birds that are going to make any scrap of difference, but that is very strange. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we just proceed with the game plan. I mean, it's just forget about what we just drew. It doesn't really matter. And that is a terrible reroll. Okay, so it looks like we were trying to think ahead for Nectar. But it does not look like we're going to be able to do anything about it. And we'll just pick up all of these worms as is, and then, yeah, we just play 3 birds. Not sure I agree with that turn. I think we could have afforded everything without it. I know we were trying to play for Nectar, but I think it's very unlikely that we're going to win the Nectar races. I think you just, you know, spend it all on wetlands and ask our opponent to beat it, basically. If they can, they can. Our game here is bonus cards, so let us stick to the game plan and keep on bonus carding. In fact, I do remember that bug now. I remember submitting the bug report after this game. Because that is, that ain't right. There's a lot of bugs in this game. If you're looking at your opponent's board and then something happens and it forces you back to your board, it tends to be quite a lot of bugs. I remember you used to be able to, like, bug out the tuck thing in that way, so I know that. I'm pretty sure that's fixed by now, so thankfully not an issue anymore. But yeah, definitely things to be mindful of. That's one of the reasons I don't look at my opponent's board as much as I probably should in these games. Mostly because it has a habit of screwing up the game, making you having to exit and re-enter, that kind of stuff. Purple Martin comes in. I don't know about that. I think just laying eggs twice here is probably better. Like, the egg distribution is really wrong. It's like they need to play another bird for this white throat. I'm very confused at what's going on their side. Playing Rybel? That is surprising to me. Are we gonna do Godwits? I mean, these are terrible. Okay, fantastic. Wetland Ranger, cool. I'm surprised I didn't play Godwit there. Godwit, Kakapo, and Kiwi seem like the three strongest plays. Like, I'm in no danger whatsoever of losing this end of round. Oh well, at least I can win the at least I can win the Grasslands Nectar now. The Martin is very strange. I think my opponent is just playing whatever they have, and what they have is not very good. I think we're really missing. I think we're really getting a life here, if you know what I mean. Like we're able to score very well because we've got much better cards than they do, despite having all the odds stacked against us, basically. Mandarin Duck finding Kiwi was such a huge moment. Yeah, I mean, as this game is developing, like, I think my opponent's like, what do? Do you take eggs twice? If you do that, your white throat can't activate. So I'm feeling better and better about my game. So they probably play another bird. So yeah, they play the Redwood Lapwing. So we're doing Kakapo? I'm very surprised we didn't just play Godwit now. It's 2 extra points. It's not like we're short of food or anything. Very, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I was thinking with the Rybel. There was only one bonus card that we hadn't seen. And we knew the bonus cards were terrible, so... Yeah, I think that was a bit of a mistake there. Still, I think... Now my opponent surely takes eggs. Yeah, they do. But yeah, I think something went wrong there for my opponent. Like, I think they... Playing these really low value brown powers in late round 3 and in round 4. It's not what you want to be doing. Like, it just really undercuts your scoring potential, and I don't know, I feel like, you know, my opponent's obviously a good player, so they probably just didn't have anything else to do. Which is unfortunate. You hate to see it. Nevertheless, we'll play our Kiwi into Grasslands. We will ditch Forest Ranger, and we'll find 10 points. That's a pretty decent return. We'll take that any day of the week. Where's Mandarin Duck gonna find us? Galar. Adjutant. Yeah, let's take the Adjutant just for the flex. And we'll give our opponent the Miner because we can. And Phil, will you hit? Phil hits! And we get Small Clutch Specialist for another 7. That's very nice. Finally! I mean, Phil has missed every other round, so... This game has really come together now. Yeah. I think we're gonna get a really big score. Winter Feeder. Okay, Winter Feeder with like millions of food left over. Okay, sure. Okay, game. Okay. Game is being funny. I think we didn't play. I think Godward was still the correct play there, even though that would have cost us a point of. Would it have cost us a point of defeater? Surely it does. But yeah. Oh no, we would have been fine. So yeah, Godward was just strictly superior. But yeah, 15 point endangered species protector. I mean, that's a massive score. I think, yeah, we have no right to be scoring as well as we did with this game. I think we got very, very, very lucky on those draws. Here comes the pain. Opponent gets 8 off the bonus card. Well done, but we get a whopping 44 points off of the bonus cards. That is disgusting. That feels a little bit dirty to score that well. 25 points off eggs from my opponent. Understandable. Get a couple of tucks to sweeten the deal. But there it is. 139 to 116. Jeez, we had no right. Absolutely no right to score that well. Food Web Expert. Okay, that makes sense why they played Martin and Lapwing. But yeah. What a disgusting game. I feel a little bit dirty after that one, I think. Jeez. That just really goes to show the power of bonus cards, right? Like, bonus cards are very, very strong on Oceania. One of the stronger strategies that you can pull. And Endangered Species Protector just really makes that a little bit too strong. This card needs to be nerfed. Like, please. Make it 2 points. 2 points would be fine, I think. I mean, it would still be a massive score, but like it'd be less disgusting than this, or cap it out at some number or something. Like, it's just this very silly bonus card. Anyway, so that's game 1 in the books. I feel really bad for Andreko. Like, they had a much stronger opening than we did. I think their position at the start of round 2 was really strong. But then just we found all of the right cards. The Mandarin Duck was huge. We found a lot of really valuable stuff with that. The Kiwi came up. We found enough bonus birds to really score really, really well. But yeah, this was a game about Endangered Species Protector. It did very well. And Phil there with the last 7-point bonus card as well. Just, yeah, all of the worst things of Asia come true. Yeah, I don't know, I feel dirty. This was not a well-earned victory. I got very lucky. Alright, anyway, enough about that. We do have a second game to play. This is a best of 3, so I'm sure Andreko will come back and play even better in the next one. So we'll have to keep our wits about us as we do that. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.